Welcome to this session of OpenMentor.net. In this, we are going to see a set of complex conditions as well as the two keywords continue and break. First, let us take a complex condition. Right now, we want to calculate whether a year is leap year or not. If you look at the if conditions, the if condition itself has got an expression. I can calculate z equal to y modulus 4. This modulus gives the remainder. A leap year is, if it is divisible by 4, then it will be a leap year. If it is not divisible by 4, definitely it is not a leap year. So first I am doing if y modulus 4, the year modulus 4, if the remainder is 0, then do something, else it is not a leap year. Perfect. No problem. Now let us try this one. Let me execute this, see whether 1905 is a leap year or not. Now let me execute. It says 1905 is not a leap year because 1905 is not divisible by 4. Now if it is divisible by 4, okay, that means this expression will be evaluated. If it is equal to 0, then it comes to this inner part. Now there is another rule for the leap year. If the year is divisible by 100, then it must be divisible by 400 also. This is another condition. Let us give this part 1904. This is a leap year because this is divisible by 4. Let me execute this. Yes, 1904 is a leap year. That's perfectly good. Whereas now let us give 1900. 1900 is definitely divisible by 4, but it is not divisible by 400. If it is divisible by 100, one other rule says it must be divisible by 400 also. So I am using y modulus 100 equal to 0. Look at this condition. This is a compound or complex condition. Now 2 ampersands. This means this is a logical A and D. This is defined by 2 ampersands. Same way, 2 logical OR is done by 2 pipeline symbols. So if the AND condition is given, then this must be true and this must be true, so that this body will be executed, else it will go to this else part. So this is a logical AND condition. For logical OR condition, you can use then the 2 pipeline symbols. Not is used by this exclamation mark, not equal to, so you are using not. Now let me execute for 1900. Let me execute this. It says 1900 is not a leap year. 1900 is divisible by 4. Since it is divisible by 100, we have to divide it by 400, see whether it is giving the remainder 0. By 400 this is not divisible, then that is why it says it is not a leap year. So it says 1900 is not a leap year. Now let us give 2000. Year 2000 is divisible by 4, it is divisible by 100, it is divisible by 400, hence it is a leap year. Let us execute that. Year 2000 is a leap year. To calculate this simple leap year, we have to use multiple if conditions, and within that one is a complex condition. So we are using a logical and we are using the logical not. If you want to use logical OR is also possible. This is on the complex condition part. Now let us take loops and then use break and continue statements. Look at this for loop. I am just taking I is equal to 0 to 10. If it is an even number, if the modulus I modulus 2 equal to 0, that means it's an even number. Whenever there's an even number, I am printing this message, even number, and then a break. Now I say continue. So what happens is, if it finds an even number, it will come over to this body. It will execute this statement. It will execute this statement if portion is over. Then it is supposed to execute this also. Okay. Let us see whether it executes this or not. Plus I. Let me see whether he executes this or not. Let me put a line break also. Now you see So ideally this line is supposed to get executed whether it is an even number or not. If it is an even number, this will get printed. But since I have given a word continue, let us see this effect. I am going to execute this. Now if you see, it prints even number 0, but it says I am here 1, I am here 3. For the 0, for the even numbers, it is not executing this phrase, I am here. Ideally, this is outside the if statement. Whether the if passes or not, this must be executed or not, this must be executed. But since I have given continue, what happens is, it comes to this body, it executes this for print statement or the document.write statement for even numbers. Since I have given the continue, it will not go to the rest of the loop body, it will go back here. So the continue statement will not make these statements to execute. Anything outside this will not get executed. It will go back to the loop again. That is why in the results, if you see, for even numbers it executes this line, it never executes this I am here 0. Only for odd numbers this condition fails. That is why this statement gets executed. So the effect of continue is, once you reach the word continue, ignore the rest of loop body, ignore the rest of the loop, and then go back to loop start. This is the purpose of the continue statement. Same way, if I want to just break out of the loop, let us see what happens. Now I am placing this statement over here. I am here outside the loop. Okay, I am printing this. I am here inside loop. Now what I am going to do is, instead of making I %2, I am making it I %4. Okay, so up to 4 this will get executed. Then, or this will get executed. The moment it reaches this break statement, let me put a break statement over here. If I put the break statement, see what happens. Break. Let us execute it and then see how the effect takes place. I go back, execute this. First it says even number 0. I am here outside loop. Let us see what happens is. So 0 is the first number. That's why id mod 4 is 0. So that is why it immediately executed this loop, this statement. Then I said break. The moment I said break, it came outside the loop. It never executed any other part of the loop itself. Now let me make start I with 1. See what happens. Now let me execute again. It prints I am here inside 1. 1 mod 4 is not 0. 2 mod 4 is not 0. 3 mod 4 is not 0. The loop gets executed again and again. But the moment it reaches 4, 4 mod 0 is 0. It executes this and then it breaks. Then it comes to this statement. Break will make sure go out of loop. Go out of loop, or switch case also we have used this break statement. So the break statement, once it reached, it will come out of the block for loop or while loop. If you see continue, it will stay inside the loop, but it will ignore the rest of the statements within the loop. So in this session we have seen compound conditions like logical conditions and, or, and not. Then we have seen break statements and continue statement. Thank you.